good.
Thank you. Did you enjoy?
American Airlines and our One World Alliance would like to thank you for flying with us today. Have a great one.
A lot of y'all sat in the green room, which is really my dining room. I told Ash, I said, yo, we went from the dining room to the league, bro.
Come on.
The king of wholesaling himself, Maxwell.
The legend.
The man.
Whatever, if you got breath in your body, you should be writing a book because people need to know your story. You didn't go through your story just to hold on to that story. You have that knowledge. You went through your adversity because you needed to help somebody, right? Like you need to be that credible messenger. Like the reason why, right? Put this mic down.
I told you don't need the mic down.
The reason why I start off my story every day that I am from Harlem and I am from St. Nicholas Projects because there are a million, and I've never sold dope. There's a million people out there with my similar story who only see entertainers, who only see rappers, who only see...
You can have all the information in the world.
Yeah.
If your mind isn't prepared for it, you're going. It's not going to mean anything.
Yo, I know millionaires right now who aren't happy, who actually struggle worse than people who have less money. You take somebody who has a multi-million-dollar mindset, and you take all their money away. I promise you, there'll be a millionaire again.
Yep.
Because it's mindset, and so stop thinking that money's gonna change it. You gotta change your mindset first and foremost. If you change your mindset, I promise you, everything comes after that. Because with the mindset, it means that you're vibrating on that level.
People don't fully understand what support is, right?
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing, and that's what is extremely important within like the black ecosystem. Because a lot of times as black people, we got a lot of the right ideas, but we in the wrong stores.
My man Maxwell, the thing I like about Earn Your Leisure podcast is that we bring people on from different walks of life. And everybody has a different story, everybody has a different journey, everybody has a different level of education, everybody has a different expertise. And we don't judge anybody. We're very non-judgmental. And we just let people come as they are. And Max is just, he's one of these guys that, like, he's a special person. Like, you know, sometimes you just see somebody, his hair always looks like his barber was just left. He's like, yeah, it's like a whole...
It comes like that, right?
Yeah, it's like the beard, you got like a whole full-length beard. And
we were humbled by it, right? Because when we sat down, you told us that you had been listening to us. Yeah. And we were like, for real, bro? And the next thing was like, yo, at the end of everybody listened at the end of the episode, you're like, yo, we're going to DC. You looked, you said, yo, yeah, schedule good? I'm coming. Literally, like, on the spot. And it was like, that's dope to even have you here, man. Shout out to you. Appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate it. Y'all give a round of applause for Earn Your Leisure. Just when I thought I was doing something, y'all got a podcast on the NBA floor. We just did a whole new set. Now how I'm gonna do this?
So I wanted to ask you, we spoke about real estate. We'll talk about real estate too, but we didn't really get a chance to talk about a few things that I really wanted to talk about on the podcast that hopefully we can talk about now. So, like, one of the things, we spoke about it briefly, but one of the things I really like about you is that you created systems in place and you actually make more money off those systems than even in real estate, right? And it's like,
I think people forget that, or they kind of overlook the message of what you've done.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So in my real estate business, I only make like $1.5 million. Right?
Only, y'all.
Right?
Only.
But in episode 51, y'all were talking about verticals.
Yep.
So out of being real good at real estate, I created different products within that real estate. Softwares that solve my problem, that end up solving thousands of people's other problems. You know, that's like $2 or $3 million right there. So different things within that thing you good at. Like you said, when you say you got to get 7 streams, that don't mean you got to go do this trucking, you got to do this. No, it all stems from real estate. And then that's where we get to the, a good bag. Many of my peoples right here, my family, my wholesaling family, real estate family, they know how important it is that you see a house that's destroyed and you're like, yo, I want that house. But the owners abandoned it for the last 7, 8, 12 years, and you need to find them. Skip tracing is what puts you on there.
That's a mindset thing too, right? Because a lot of times we drive past the house, like going near that house on Halloween. We ain't going to that house.
It's crazy that even until you learn about real estate and you learn that that abandoned house you can make money from, a lot of us drive past that house and never seen it. And then you listen to like somebody on YouTube, you go listen to a YouTube video like, you can make money off abandoned house. The next time you're driving to work, you see 30 of them.
Yeah.
Right? It's like when you're gonna go buy a new car. Then you get a Range Rover, and then all of a sudden you pull out of the Range Rover shop, and every car that goes by is a Range Rover. Like, what the? Why did I buy this? Everybody has it. So it's just your mind. It's a mind thing.
We talk about it on live too. Like now you start to look for things.
Like we got to go up to the bag, but the reality is you need to solve problems. And seeing a house that's abandoned, one, you're solving so many problems. One, you have the taxes are not being paid. So the city government is not collecting taxes on the house in the last 6 years. Then you have the neighborhood is depreciating because of the physical stature of the house next door to it. So the neighbors hate it, right? Then it's not safe, It could be something that's not supposed to be, a trap house, right? So it's just all types of things. So you solve so many problems by fixing that house, and you can put people in it that actually are needing a house, deserving to have a house.
Yes, fact. And one of the things that we didn't get to talk about either is mindset, because I know that's real big for you as well. Like a lot of even your speaking engagement is mindset. So we talked about before with the real estate, but can you talk about that for a little bit as far as
in the 30-day challenge, man?
Yeah. So mindset is like the biggest thing, and as Black people, we don't address a lot of the things that we have on our mind, or just the way we were brought up. Right, so we have to challenge the way we think. Everybody's growing up different, but I talk about the brain has neurons. I don't know if I said this already, but
no, you didn't. It was in live, but not on.
Yeah, so the brain has neurons in it, and in order for something to happen, these 2 neurons fire off at each other, like send electrical pulse between each other, right? So they say when you grow up, you are compromised of the 10 people you hang around with. Right, so from your kid to your adult, you hang around an average of 10 people, and you're a fabric of those 10 people put together, whether it's good or bad, right? So being that, you start to do things naturally that you just see every day, you start to do it, right? So an example I usually give is, how many of you ever left work one day and then just ended up in the driveway? Like you didn't even think about your left turn, your right turn. So that is your brain just firing off those neurons that you've done for so long. So what happens is, in order to challenge those thoughts, you have to have a complete opposite thought, right? So your brain fires off these exact neurons over and over again to where it says, I'm just gonna throw like an Ethernet cord between these 2 neurons. That way I don't have to think about it. It just becomes a natural reaction. So in order to break that high-speed connection between those 2 neurons, you gotta have a complete opposite challenging thought. So for me, it was like when I read the book, so I'm dyslexic. Most of you guys know I read terribly, right? What would take you 2 hours to read might take me 6 days, right? So everything just takes a little bit longer. So when they came out with, you could listen to books, at 31, 30, I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And it was just a book. The story, I don't even know if it's a real story or not, but it made me challenge the way I just learned everything. And it was like, well, what if everything I learned was wrong? So let me just go through the day and just start challenging myself, challenging my brain. And with that, things just started happening. I started learning what money really was, right? And then just everything. So I think the mindset, because everything that we want to accomplish is already out there, right? It's on the internet, it's for free. You know what I'm saying? It's it's out there. But what happened is the reason why we can't receive it because our mindset is not ready for it. We're not ready to be rich. My man talked about you got to forecast that rich. We want the money, we have no idea why we want it. So we're conditioned in a way that we just have to change, and we got to have these provocative conversations. What's so crazy is this year we've traveled, Dave and I, is my director of media, my creative director. We've done over 260,000 miles in a plane this year, right? And when you're growing a brand, not I'm doing it intentionally, you can do it 2 ways. You can spend a lot of money on Facebook ads and all that stuff, or you can go around and touch people's hands and hug people, right? So what's been so cool is like 5-10 years ago, these are not the conversations we were having. This would have been a VIP section for a Lil Wayne concert, right? So now we're sitting here talking about how to build wealth, how to do real estate, how to do things outside. This is, if we keep this up for the next 10 years, we're gonna change the fabric of this, right? So we're like at the beginning of something that is so dope. Like we're not talking, we're not doing the normal stuff anymore.
Yeah, and one of the things you told us, like off camera, was like, yo, I love what y'all doing, and y'all giving it for free.
Yeah.
Just give it for free, give the information, give it, you wanna talk about that a little bit?
The craziest thing, man, people that I looked up to in the real estate business prior to getting into it would call me once I started to get a little buzz and say, what are you doing? Why are you giving this away? One guy, he said, yo, you get a diminishing return. I have a Facebook group of like 90-something thousand people, and we just give away information, contracts, how to do this. It's a community of us coming together and just talking about, yo, how do we do this? How do we help each other? And I remember when I put out one of my videos and it went viral, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get 10,000 subscribers and I'm gonna put out a course. And then I started watching this guy named Gary Vee. And he was like, nah, just give it away, give it away, give it away. And I was like, all right, cool, I'm actually making money in real estate now. I don't need this, put a paywall, because if I put a paywall up, nobody would have heard of me. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna I'm gonna give it away. And as I gave away, and I know that things your mom say, give it away, it's gonna come back 10 times better, right? It was true. I just gave it away, then it started feeling good. Then it was like every time I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, yo, you see any abandoned houses? Like you want to make it back? Like, so I just started sharing the story with everybody. Like, yo, you can do it too. I'm nothing special. I can barely read. I'm nothing special. Trust me. So, you know, being able to give away stuff has been able to grow my brand. It's the same way you guys are doing it. It's like I know you get approached and emails every day about who you want to work with and stuff like that. Like my man Cash said, you don't have to work with anybody. Anybody. I'm sure you guys don't either. So you get to decide and pick who you want to work with. So being able to give away this information, right now is not the time to charge. Now you got to charge for these things, right? But the basic information, be able to fire off the different thoughts that everybody needs in this room, you got to give that away.
And it's like, it's no different from a rapper having mixtapes. Before the album comes out, like you develop a core following, and when it's time to charge for a service or an event, it's no problem. They feel guilty not paying.
But it's a good feeling when people come up to me and people come to you and be like, yo, that podcast changed my life. Like, you don't know what that feels like for somebody to say, you changed my life. I'm like, how?
Right,
you know what I mean? How can I? You know what I'm saying? Some guy was like, yo, my mom wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for you. And I'm like, yo, that's touchy, B. Relax. What you mean? That's too much. I'm about to start crying. You know what I mean? And, you know, he was like, yo, I was able to do what you said in real estate, got this money, and I was able to pay for my mom's procedure. Right? And I remember I did a live event, and a guy came to me, I'll never forget his name. He came to me, he was like, yo, and he came up to me real aggressive, right? So I was in the military, I did some crazy stuff. I always, protect myself. He came to me mad aggressive, I was like, oh crap, we about to have to do something. And he was like, yo, I love you. My man was like straight thugged out. He was like, I love you. I was like, and he started telling me his story, and he started to cry. And I was like, yo, chill, I'm about to cry with you, you know what I mean? But he was like, man, you changed my life, and he worked, it was just so much that he talked about, man, and it's just a feeling to be able to give this stuff away is where it's at. I enjoy that more than anything.
There's another piece that is extremely fulfilling too, and I've seen it, especially this weekend, it's like when they get to see the people who've been on the show, like, yo, can I meet Derrick Faulcon, man? I just gotta say thank you to him. Or can I meet Wall Street Trapper? Or where's Miss Business? I gotta find it. Like, the fact that they're seeking these people who they didn't know before, it's like amazing, man.
It's crazy, man. Like, for us to be giving away information and to be educating people, and we're like, it's like we play over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Made it to the league.
So, but it's like, it's just crazy though, but our impact is real.
Nah, it's real. And I was saying on the live as well is that, so the good thing with Earn Your Leisure is that we're all-inclusive tent. And literally we've had, I think, 4 guests that went to Wharton School of Business, right? And that's the best business school in the world.
Yeah.
And people really love their episodes. We have people like Wall Street Trapper, Derrick Faulcon that are returning citizens. Caesar.
That's in our vocabulary.
Yeah. Like somebody identifies with John Henry. Yeah. Somebody identifies with you. Somebody identifies with even me and Troy.
And they're gonna tell us, like, yo, that was my favorite.
And to see like what Earn Your Leisure has really become is like a mentorship in a sense, where it's like you can actually learn from somebody that you can identify with personally and then follow their journey. And it's like a really dope thing. So I wanted to ask you, like, specifically, what got you, like, real estate, we talk about real estate a lot, but wholesaling, if anybody's not familiar, if you didn't watch the episode, wholesaling is when you don't actually buy the property, you're just like the middleman in the transaction. And I think wholesaling is something that a lot of people can benefit in real estate because you don't need money to start, right? That's something that a lot of times people, it stops them from getting in real estate because they don't have money.
You just need hustle.
Yeah. I don't think they even know what it is. A lot of times, it's like they don't actually have a foundation of what the word wholesaling means in the process of it.
So you said you made $1 million off of real estate and never had a mortgage, right?
I've never borrowed any money from the bank ever.
So yeah. So all right, can you talk about like why wholesaling is just so beautiful to you as opposed to?
Because, you know, the thought of being in real estate is you gotta have money, right? And it's not. Like, so in like a lot of us got started, like that whole row right there, that's some millionaires right there, all off of just starting with wholesaling. Now, as you grow, you learn more and you start to acquire property. But I've never had to go to the bank. My man said he put down 40,000. That's real, it's called hard money. And then if he does it a few more times, he can go to that same guy and say, I don't pay your hard money fees no more. We got an open relationship. I need it at 10%.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so for me, like wholesaling opened up the door for me to be able to get a bag, get educated on this field, and then actually become a physical investor, like own things and scale that operation.
Yeah. So
I never needed a bank. To this day, I still don't need a bank. They hit me up all the time, want to give me money.
Good problem to have.
Yeah.
Great problem to have.
So can we talk about Jamaica?
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah. Troy's Jamaican, you're Jamaican.
Yeah.
And I see you doing some big things out in Jamaica. That's another thing too. Earn your leisure. And that's why even when I'm glad we was able to do this is that we never want to limit ourselves to any, we're like all over the world. And we've reached #1 in like I think 10 different countries, all the islands, Jamaica, Trinidad, everywhere. So how is it working with family? How is it working with family?
It was, I went against everything that everybody said. You know, I think the reason why it's hard to work with family is because you don't have an open line of communication. And I think being the middle child, all my older siblings work for me, work with me, not for me. We all work together because it's the same family. Because when something happens in my family, we all got to take care of it. And it don't matter right now, I got the bag, it might be my brother next time. So we all just, I enjoy it because the trust issue is never there. Do me and my brother argue? Absolutely. But we always come back to a sense of, yo, at the end of the day, we're brothers. Like, we can't do this. Like,
Mom don't have to step in?
Nah, Mom never had to step in. She don't even know about it. Then we get in trouble.
That's one of the things that we speak about a lot, as well as far as family wealth, and that's something that's not really talked about enough. Like even when we interviewed Caesar, DJ Envy's partner, and that's one of the things I really like about his whole operation is like his brother is the rent collector, his wife is his partner. He got. Like, when you go to his office, it's like the Dominican Mafia. Like, he's every 5 minutes, somebody's walking with an envelope.
He just bought a school, and it's named after his daughter. The school's going to be his new apartment complex, but it's named after his daughter.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We were there, like, every 5 to 10 minutes, another person with an envelope.
With an envelope.
That red money.
A bunch of it.
Yeah, he's like Don Corleone. But the thing about it is that we talk about entrepreneurship and all that, but the goal is not to just become successful for yourself. Like, just on some just selfishness. Like, the goal is to empower your friends, your family, your community, your children. Like, you can only go so far by yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
and you know that.
My man said he made a meal and he was like, I gotta reach back. Well, you hit a number and you're like, yo, you don't need no more. And then I always say, it's like somebody needs you to be rich. Don't be selfish. So if you like, I got some friends that we have conversations and they be like, yeah, I don't want to be rich. I just want to be comfortable. When you say that, you're being selfish. Because other people need you to be rich. Because some people don't have the mindset that will never get there, and you can't reach back and get them because you just want to be comfortable. No, I want everything. I want it all. So when I decide to give it out, I'm gonna give it out to who I see free.
Ash, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this.
You got to go out there and get all you can because you got to be able to give back.
In true earn your leisure fashion, I'm gonna give you a J quote. Right? So it's like what he said on Boss. He was like, To me, you're broke unless everyone's rich next to you.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? If
I don't want to be the only one pulling out my card.
we can't have a weak link in the chain, right?
That's why I got rich man.
We got with no weak links in the chain, right? Right. If someone falls, we gonna pick the next one up.
And that's the good thing about Earn Your Leisure too. Earn Your Leisure is a family. You see me and Troy, but you got Mike. We got
Mike. What up, man? We always say your name, but I don't think people know who you are. Mike, raise your hand, man. Yeah, big Mike.
We got his brother Ben. We got Jamal. We got MG the mortgage guy.
It takes a team, man.
Yeah, it's a bunch of us. Other people that's not even here as well.
Time out, bro. You just gonna do that?
What?
I mean, every time we film, my wife has to take the kids out.
Sure.
Oh my God. Hey, I wasn't gonna let him do it.
I think you scored a point on that one, dude.
We all knew each other for 20, 30 years. Bam, that's Mike's brother. So it's like the issue could never be that serious because we know we gotta talk to each other eventually. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might not speak to Mike for like 2 weeks.
That's a fact.
But it's like I'm gonna talk to him again, like eventually, like you know what I mean? So
that's a fact.
We just started talking.
I think it's fun though. I think it's fun when you can have your friends and your family and your business, if you possible. But it's it's work, and you're supposed to want to have to put in more work to have your friends and your family and your business. But you just set the rules and the guidelines. I think it's fun because like when we do that Jamaica trip, when I'm flying, my whole family's there, first class. We all going because we got work to do, you know. So
we're earn the leisure.
Yeah, we're gonna earn our leisure. Matter of fact, when we was flying back, we flew back. The president or prime minister, they call it, of Jamaica was like right there. I could have touched him. Like he came on the plane like a boss, but you know, it's just cool, man, to be able to hit the road and go out with your family and make money with your family. You know, brother buying a new car because he wanted, and my mom's mad happy because she saved the most money in her life ever. Just stuff like that.
And that's what it's about too. As far as it's about empowering your friends and having. Because I always say you only gonna go so far as the people in your group chat. Because it's like everybody.
That's a new one. I need to make a shirt out of that one. no, you know I reserve. I'm gonna let y'all make the shirt.
It's like, even for us, like we've had group chats for years, just talking about nonsense. Like who's the best rapper, basketball, and it's like now.
I remove myself from those group chats.
And it's like now we having group chats and we're talking about like, all right, we're gonna get this real estate play in Cleveland. We're gonna do this. We Earn Your Leisure is gonna do write a book. We're gonna have a new branch, and it actually feels different. It feels different when it's like 5 people all on the same path, like working, and it's easier because you don't got to do everything yourself. And it's like now y'all all on the same wave financially, and it's like y'all gonna grow together because it's like positive peer pressure, right? Like we talk about that positive peer pressure. It was like you're in private school because I went to public school and private school. So in public school, as long as you're encouraged to teach out, you gotta be. Just show up and don't curse her out.
Come on, shout out to women.
But it's like in private school. but it's like in private school, you don't want to be the dumbest kid in the class. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to be the dumbest kid in the class. So you're gonna push yourself to be at least middle because you don't want to be looked at as like, oh, why is he here? Just to play basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's positive peer pressure. So it's the same thing with your environment. It's like if you're the only person successful and everybody else, you subconsciously start to self-sabotage yourself. Mm-hmm. You don't feel good. Because if you have if you're a decent person, you don't feel good to do good and everybody else is doing bad. Yeah. Like it does. Like if I have a Rolls Royce and I'm driving through the worst neighborhood, I don't feel good about that.
Never.
Like I said, like you know what I'm saying, it's like you feel guilty. So you either remove yourself totally, or you start to subconsciously self-sabotage so you can be on that level. And that happens all the time. I see it all the time. You see people make very strange decisions. And it's like, why you do that? They don't even know why they're doing that, but they're doing that because they want to be equal with their friends. Yeah. They don't want to be the one friend that always gets the attention that's outshining everybody.
Yeah.
So we talk about business a lot, but it's extremely important to manage your relationships. I think manage your relationships and build together.
Yeah. I think we said that yesterday. We actually, when we were recording the podcast, it was like, yo, as soon as you change your conversations, right, you're gonna see that you will gain wealth of knowledge first, right? Yeah. Change your conversations, man.
And sometimes you got to get rid of some friends temporarily.
I have to. Oh, permanently.
Oh yeah, permanently too. Yeah, as well too. But can I put y'all on blast for a second?
Yeah.
I'm not, yeah, okay, cool. Nah, but you know, what I like about these, so first of all, it was an honor for me to be on this podcast, period, right? Because you can ask Dave, we travel a lot together. When I travel in the car, I don't listen to music, right? Unless just like something new just came out and it's a banger. But when I listen to you guys all the time on the way to the airport, in the airport, and what was cool when I got that inbox, that phone call, whatever it was, I was like, Dave, look at this. This is crazy. So they was like, yo, when you want to come to New York? I was like, tomorrow, I don't care, tomorrow. Let's line it up. So when I got to New York and we pulled up and it was at the house, I was like, I like these guys even more. Because it's an example of taking imperfect action. I'm in the dining room of a house on the top 10 podcasts in the world. You get what I'm saying? So to be able to go out and take imperfect action, they didn't, Dave was helping them with the camera setup when we was in there. So they didn't even care. It was like, we're gonna put this out and do it. We don't care if we know everything, we're just gonna do it. And you should look at these guys and take it as a testament to go out, that everything you learned over this weekend, everything you sitting there watching on YouTube and trying to perfect, don't perfect it. Take imperfect, massive action. And if you do that, that's gonna put you in a position where you like these guys, they go from the dining room to the other wood floor in the NBA arena. So take the imperfect action, give these guys a round of applause, man, because it takes a lot of guts to put yourself on this type of platform, so I appreciate y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. All right, so before we wrap this up, I want to get some questions from my man Max. If you have a few questions.
Please, New York.
The other day you posted something, there was a video on YouTube, there was a site that was giving the leads, and taking that and dragging it to the REI site. What site was that?
I'll just repeat the question. So he said on YouTube he posted, or on Instagram he posted a site, or YouTube, one of them, he posted a site where it's a lead generator. That's what you said, right? Lead generator?
It might be listsource.com. Yeah, that's where you can find, like, so if you play with that, and I have some videos on it, but if you play with it, like, say you want to find out all the houses that, all right, let me give you an example. We go deep. Say, for example, you want an owner of a house that is 65 plus, that's a 2-story house, that they owned it for 15 plus years. Well, in our business, those people are downsizing, call them baby boomers. So they don't need 2 stories, it's an empty nester now, so they want to downsize the house. So we pull lists like that and contact people like that so that we can see if they're interested in selling. So list source, you can create all types of lists, but that's where you can find it at.
Yo, quick question, bro.
Yes, sir.
From a content perspective, right, how do you decide what you're going to put on IG and what you're going to put on YouTube?
He said, how do you decide what you're going to put on Instagram and what you're going to put on YouTube as far as content?
Yeah, so that's important. So we spend a lot of time, you guys know, it's a lot to put this stuff together. Yep. So what we do is we have a content model where we take a long format content, right? So we've been traveling for the last whatever, right? So we got here, Dave has always got the camera, I'm always mic'd up, so we take the long format of video, so he record for 3 days and you're gonna see a 20-minute video. So we'll take that 20-minute video and then we'll turn that into 30 pieces of content. Right, so we'll take a 30-minute video and then I'll take 15-second clips and put them on IG story. I'll take 1-minute clips and put them on the regular IG. I'll also throw them on Snapchat. I'll put them on all these other places, but it always leads back to that main vertical of YouTube content, right? YouTube cuts the check, right? The reason why I can keep putting out free information is because YouTube is gonna pay for the staff. I got 4 staff members that only deal with like putting out content and brand. So if I don't have the YouTube money coming in, then I gotta slow down on the content I put out. So everything we do, we have a big macro and we break it down into micro pieces. That's there you go. That's why I gave him $150,000 to speak.
We got a few questions. Malik, I see you got a question, man. What's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to, can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just wanted to publicly thank you. I talked to you yesterday about my first assignment, but it was a little bit deeper because I partnered with my brother, my older brother in Detroit, and for my entire life it's been rocky, fist fights, this and that, and we never had a great relationship. But as soon as we got together for the business sense, we talk about other things now, we vibe now, and he's able to see a better route. because his life was harder than mine.
Yeah.
So it was a lot deeper, and I saw a video of you saying that somebody needs you to be rich, just like you mentioned. And it's just crazy how it actually played out full circle. So he's more confident, and now he wants to really build. He has confidence to do it now. So that came from the content that you provided, and I'm grateful for it.
Well, I appreciate that, man, and congratulations. Because that business sparked that conversation so they could have that therapy.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's powerful. Andre.
Ashton, what up?
Good stuff, man. This is just wonderful, man. This is everything. This is just great. Max, I'm Jamaican as well. So
Yes.
Much respect.
Very good.
What part of Jamaica is your land? And if you don't mind, can you give the price range?
Say it one more time, sorry.
What part of Jamaica is your land? And if you don't mind saying, what was the price range you got it at?
Yeah, as long as they bleep it out.
Yeah, what we doing?
All right. Half an acre, 53,000. Beachfront. I mean, the water's right there.
So 53,000 for the beach property?
Yeah.
Property?
Yeah.
We gotta talk.
And here's the crazy thing. I use the same strategies that made me a lot of money here over there. So this is a gem. So I found out all the people that own land in Jamaica that are we call America foreign, right? So when you move from Jamaica and go to America, most of them never come back, and they owe taxes, right? So what we did is we cross-referenced all of that, and we started reaching out to the people. Matter of fact, the lady I bought the land from, another piece of land I'm getting, she lives in she ain't paid her taxes in 6 years. So she was originally like, oh, we bought it for our family. And then I was like, well, I'll give you some money for it now. And she already owes 6 years of back taxes, but unlike America, Jamaica doesn't really go after you aggressively for those taxes. So there's a slew of land in the entire Jamaica that people have moved back to America, and they don't.
A lot of undeveloped projects, underdeveloped. Like it seems like people had the idea to build like kitchens.
Like in Kingston, I'm just being honest, but in Kingston right now, you can buy a quarter acre and put 8 apartments on there. So you can put 8 apartments on there for like almost $400,000, and you'll make close to $1 million selling those.
All right, so what you're saying is Wholesaling League 21 is in Jamaica, right?
Hey!
We may do something there. We may do like a smaller retreat of people that really want to go, like get down. Like, exactly, want to take imperfect action. Yeah, I would love that. That would be dope.
We got
Oh, no, that wasn't us though.
That already happened.
Well, we got one more question.
What advice would you give someone who wants to get started in wholesaling, but has a full-time career in sales and doesn't underestimate, what it takes to build a pipeline?
Yeah.
Being occupied 9 to 5 most of the time, but taking those initial steps to build systems, to carve out time to drive for dollars and prospect. What advice would you say?
That's a good question, man. And I made a post, I believe, this morning about, your excuses being bigger than your why. So when those switch, no, I'm not picking on you because I did the same thing came from me. Oh, my bad. So what happens is you got to make that switch. You saying you're busy from 8 to 5. What happened to the rest of the 24 hours? Right? So you gotta carve that time out and find tools that help you be somewhat present, even if you're not. Right? So one is like ringless voicemails, RVMs, stuff like that. But you working at 8 to 5 should never stop you from getting the bag, because if you're gonna work 8 hours for somebody else, I hope you're willing to go put in 12 for yourself, right? And that's how you, and you do that, and you take that imperfect action, it's gonna switch, man, fast.
And when you working for yourself, it don't feel like work.
Never.
It's totally different.
I'm working right now. It feels great.
Like, because when you're working for somebody else, you're looking at your watch. When you're working for yourself, fall asleep with the clothes on. Happens all the time.
Laptop.
It happens all the time. Like it's a difference.
Ain't no sleep.
It's a difference.
No sleep.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Yo, this is crazy.
For sure.
What we're going through right now and what we are doing for each other will be something they'll speak about 30 years from now. Mark my word.
That's a fact.
Just be ready. Man, yo, appreciate y'all. That shit is dope. Make sure y'all put this out ASAP. Just say, what is it?
It's December 15th at the Jacob Javits Center in New York, Florida. December 15th, Jacob Javits. Basically, NBC's.
And how you say the name of the center? The Jacob Javits?
You could call it Javits Center. Javits Center.
Hey guys, I need everybody off the court. Hey, bro, it was good information.
For real, man. We gotta connect. Let's connect, bro. Cause I used to be an entrepreneur. I used to be in the restaurant business, man. It was hard though, so I commend you on what you're doing, bro.
Yeah, I figured that out.
It's hard. It's hard. My family did Jamaican restaurants, and they didn't want to go like completely all the way in, but let's connect, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, I don't know if you ever in Baltimore, but if you.
Yeah, I come up there. Let me get your number. I'll just text you right.
Yeah.
My bad. Excuse me, guy.
We gotta go.
They trying to run us out of here. I'm trying to get out
They
of
about to do the warm up. They about to warm up.
You good, baby? All right.
I actually met Vince.
Okay, that's my guy. That's my guy. That's my guy.
So I'm supposed to be meeting him on Wednesday.
Okay.
To do a podcast.
Oh, you are?
I'm Natasha, yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Where, are you from this area?
Yeah, I do. I flip houses here, so.
Well, we got to connect. You going over there? Okay, I see you. Because you good at what you do.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
Right? And when you do that, your YouTube is going to go from here to there, especially on the platform you're on right now. It's the best time to punch. You know when they say strike when the iron's hot?
Yeah.
Your iron is hot right now, guys. So you better strike when it's.
See, I be on some cheap sometimes.
You can't.
And I'm like, I just need to dive all the way in.
Bro, listen, I went from holding the camera 1 week, I put out 4 videos, I said, this ain't for me. I went and hired a guy, paid him $400 a week, even though he didn't do the best, it was just imperfect. But I was putting information out. I bought a lavalier, he already had his camera, and that way he just followed me. He followed me 8 hours a day. And he cut videos, and we just made it, and then it started growing and growing and growing and growing. And now we like between like $9,000 and $12,000 a month just on YouTube.
That's on assets.
But then that all the other money. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my real estate, I'm not one of those dudes that's afraid to admit it. My real estate is only from $1 million to $1.5 million, like 1.2 to 1.5. That's all I make in real estate a year.
Yeah.
The other $3.5, $4 million?
Yes, everything else.
Come from branding. Come from branding.
Yeah. I just hired a brand, a marketing girl, right, to clean my shit up.
Yeah.
So now when I'm posting, it's gonna be clean. Right, that was first step. Because when I heard your episode, I'm like, yo, Troy, I told you I wanted to be there when Max was coming. And then you can tell me because I had these questions.
Bro, I love talking about shit, bro.
Like this shit right here, because I look at what you do and it's similar because I'm in the finance end of it, and I'm like, yo, I didn't realize how much people needed what I talk about.
Bro, they desire it. First of all, it's crazy how much people don't even know the basics.
Yeah.
Like we are such a up group of people, bro, and it's but we making that transition. I feel like now, like what we doing these, like when I talked to Envy was spitting the right shit to me. It was like, yo, the reason why I did this is out here charging 30, 40 bands, taking people money. Like, yo, I'm trying to get people to really put their money in real estate. I started dropping names. He started dropping names. I was like, cool, we on the same page. I'm there.
100%.
I literally changed my flight from Mexico. I was going from Mexico to LAX, and I was going to take 2 days and go to San Francisco. I said, fuck, I changed my flight. I'm going straight to New York.
Yeah, because this is real. Everything Envy say is real. Like, these dudes don't want to take people's money for bullshit.
I hate it.
Teach them the game. Teach them the right.
That's why I gave away.
Keep it moving.
Yeah, if you go, and then a lot of these have you doing $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 consulting fee, bro. You ain't worth that.
You ain't worth that.
And not only that, you can't give your time to 7 people when you do that.
Now, listen, if you got the brands paying you the big checks, you don't need the little checks.
Exactly. That's the way I've been trying to describe to people, yo.
You don't need the little checks. Because the corporate is what's going to give you the money.
The attention, that's why when I like Gary Vee, he was like, people are going to pay for your attention. You have the attention of these people. That's your currency. Don't charge the people, charge for the people's attention. That's where you make the bag. It makes sense for like Live Nation to link up with you guys and do that because you have their you have the attention of the same demographics.
Correct.
It just makes
makes all the sense, and they don't have nothing on the roster that's on financial literacy. The majority of us can be a part of what we all talk about. And it's real simple if you just apply common sense, you apply the lessons, you retain them, and you execute. Like
that's
you said,
bro.
You said unintentionally perfect. I think
the imperfect actions.
Imperfect actions.
What we doing is, I'm telling you, I truly believe that. In 30 years, they're gonna look back and be like, yo, 2018, 2019, that shit started a revolution of black people wanting to get educated about everything else.
Yeah, man. So look, man, the 25th and 26th, where you gonna be at in January?
25th, I don't think I got anything for the end of that month.
Nothing? 25th, 26th?
No. Where we going?
We're going to be in Atlanta. We're going to try to do the same thing like in Atlanta.
So, I'm doing my Atlanta conference February 7th and 8th.
it could not be it could be a good promo run for me. Yeah, it could be a good promo run for me because it's just a couple weeks later. Because Atlanta's my second biggest market. New York is my first biggest market. Atlanta's my second. So you know the demographics. You got to move where the numbers say you to go to. I'm down. Let's do it. It's cool to be able to come and support my people, man, and like the Polites and Rashawn and we started in this together, so we seen each other come up. Like the Polites, they had learned how to like from me, and now we friends. We go and we do shit together. You know what I mean? So it's just that
each one teach one.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's mad cool, man. I'm down. Dave, mentally mark that. He's doing it now.
25th, 26th. And that's the way to plug the event.
That's what I'm saying. I feel uncomfortable selling from stage, but I'd be mad uncomfortable. Yeah, it's like, and then, hey, when y'all go by this thing. Yeah, I hate that shit.
They're going to give you a little bit of information, but the master class is going to cost you $50K.